Hello, EFTA instructors. I am here today to create a video for you for instructors to be grading the daily or weekly performances. The EFTA students are going to be submitting a self-evaluation on Brightspace, and the instructors are going to go in and they are going to confirm and change and add to the grade, add feedback to this to help identify those that might need additional practice. So the first thing that you're going to do when you're ready to start this process is you're going to go to your Launchpad. You're going to log into your UMA portal, and it brings you right to your Launchpad right here. You have lots of different buttons on your Launchpad. You're going to click on Brightspace. If you go in from your Launchpad, it's automatically going to log you into Brightspace instead of needing to log in again separately. When you log into Brightspace, you're going to see here that there's a lot of different course modules, and depending on how many different things you teach would really depend on how many modules are here. I have several different modules for EFTA, the DEA 371. That's just because, Trisha has shared and has been an instructor with me, and same for her. She's in my course. So the Bangor EFTA instructors are going to see a rainbow module, and the Lewiston EFTA instructors are going to see a typodont. They're going to see these teeth. There are two Lewiston modules. One's going to be for morning and one's going to be for afternoon. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to go into the AM of Lewiston. So I click on this course, and now that I'm in this course, you can see Fall AM Session Lewiston. It brings you right here to the home page. From here, you're going to go up to the taskbar where it says assessments. You're going to hit the down arrow or down caret, whatever your preference is, and you're going to click on exams and quizzes. In exams and quizzes, there's going to be a number of different quizzes, one for every week actually, that you see. So you're going to need to make sure you select the correct week that you're looking for. As you can see, we've published 2 out of 2 from this pre-weekly student assessment. They're going to do this one, I believe, let's see, week 1 or 2. We'll give you that information separately. From here, you're going to click a down arrow. You're going to hit grade. When I get to grade, you can see here that this is my student right now. Trisha acted as a student and completed a couple of quiz attempts. If there's other students, they're all going to be listed, and then the number of attempts are going to be listed underneath their name. Our goal is definitely for them to have 1 attempt, but if they mess something up and need to go back, there very well may be an attempt 2. I'm going to go into Trisha's first attempt. When I click on this first attempt, you can see here that right now, after the self-evaluation, Trisha gave herself a 50. The goal is to have a 75 or above to help identify those that are critically lacking in certain areas and to really just keep pulse. So if an instructor had a question on how someone did the week before, they could easily go into this just to read some of the feedback and see what the student had been doing. So it's for both the students and for the instructors. You can see she got an 8 out of 16. When I scroll down, there's going to be 4 questions, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 4th question is a written response question, and by having a written response question, it's not going to allot any points for question number 4 until the instructor manually enters that. So let's start here with question number 4. I take a look, Trisha's feedback, all she wrote was XXX. I would honestly give that a 0 because that meant the student didn't fill it out. But let's say she wrote, I had a good day. And then there's no details beyond that. Like, okay, you had a good day, but what did you do well with a skill? Anything like any more information is what we're going to need. So say they gave me some information, but not a lot. I might give them a 2. And after I give them a 2, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to expand the feedback. And I'm going to say, I am not seeing that you answered question 4. I will not be able to give you credit if you did not self-reflect. I had put that feedback in there earlier. If you had expanded the feedback for the first time, it would be blank here. I would say, please add specific details to help understand what you may need help with. Right? Because that's our goal. Our goal is to help identify what they might be struggling with, fix your spelling errors. I'm atrocious with spelling, kind of is what it is. And then after I've written this, I'm going to put my name after it so that they know who wrote that. So that's question 4. I can collapse the feedback. I can expand it. Either way, the feedback's going to be there. It's not going to save though until you hit update. I'm going to go back to the other questions. The other questions, each of these questions are all worth 4 points. And they all have 4 things in their category. They miss one thing, their self-eval says they missed one thing, they would end up giving themselves a 3, right? That's what would show up naturally in here. If they did all of these things, I would have said, nope, as an instructor, I can manually change this to a 4. That's not a problem. If I go to question 2 where it says clinical skills, they said that they didn't maintain asepsis. And I'm also going to say they didn't follow clinical protocol because they refused to wear their lab coat. So the student thinks that they followed protocol, but I do not. I'm going to change this to a 2. I can't unclick their self-eval. Their self-eval is going to stay the same, but I can say, I do not believe you're wearing a clinical coat and that breaches UMA clinical protocols. Please wear your coat next week. So that they have an understanding of why I'm changing the grade itself. So let's see. We reviewed question 1, we reviewed question 2, 3, and 4. We did assign a grade to 4. You're always going to assign a grade to 4. I'm going to hit update. And update is my save button. Once you hit update, it does save it. So this student here received a 68.75. The way that this self-eval is designed, yes, they need a 75% or higher, but the first 3 questions all have 4 things. So technically, they could miss one thing in every section and still get an acceptable 75 on their weekly performance. So it gives them some flexibility and some room for growth. If they get below a 75, as the lead instructor, we're gonna identify that and we're gonna have a conversation about it, because they do need to receive 75s or higher on all their weekly performances, or they may need remediation. I hope this was a quick way to show you how to grade this. Oh, one more thing. If I go back, I can locate a different student and click on their attempt. I know in Bangor, there's probably going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 students that we do this for every single lab session. And even if you're not working with that student and you saw something and you wanted to note it, you can easily go into that daily performance and say, witness student place class 2 composite, excellent job contouring and using the handpiece. Like you can add things to it even if you're not assigned to that student. And that's really the nice thing about it. It's a good tracking tool. So I hope this was helpful. Please also reference the document that we've created to give you a step-by-step processing in a document if videos are not your thing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.